I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted, and you're watching The Missing with my friend Scott Davis.
Oh, you clear? Control 3, 2 boy, can put me out on the scene of the accident.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Missing. I'm your host Scott Davis, and I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Now in this week's episode, we're going to be covering 3 different cases. One out of Oregon, one out of the state of California, and the other out of North Carolina. So let's don't waste any more time. Let's get right in this episode of The Missing. First case I'd like to bring to your attention is that of Kyron Hormon. Kyron is in first grade, and he was last seen walking away from the science fair going into his class. He was last seen wearing a black shirt with CSI and a handprint, similar to one that you see here in the photograph. He was last seen on June 4th of 2010, and a massive search in the state of Oregon, in his local city, has been tremendously underway by local law enforcement, FBI, and volunteers. They're doing a tremendous job. If you will, please look at Kyron's photograph, and hopefully you may know something about his whereabouts. As I've said in the past, we are an international, World Wide Web show. So we're not only broadcasting in his local state, but we're also broadcasting throughout the United States and throughout the world. So if you have any information on Kyron's whereabouts, please contact nationally at 800-843-5678. Or you can contact his local sheriff's office at 503-823-3333. Now, this is a very unique case because he was last seen on school property. For him to just wander off by himself is a question, but they haven't really said this is a kidnapping or if it's a missing child. But they're treating the case as a criminal case and treating it as an endangered missing child's case. So if you will, please review this information and hopefully you can help us bring Kyron home safely. Thank you for covering the information in Kyron's case. Hopefully we can put enough together to help authorities locate this little boy and bring him home safely. Now the next case I'd like to bring to your attention is that of Catalina Cerna, a 1-year-old little girl allegedly abducted by her father and is classified as a family abducted missing out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We'll cover her case in more detail once we return. The Missing is brought to you in part by Quiznos of Crossville and Hughes Real Estate Services. Catalina Cerna was reported missing on June 11th in 2010. She is a 1-year-old female, and she is allegedly abducted by her father, Fabian Cerna. Now keep in mind, a felony warrant has been issued for the abductor on June 13th of this year. Now they may still be in the local area of Fayetteville, but they may have traveled to Florida or Texas. They may be traveling in a white 2-door Pontiac Grand Am, similar to the one that's pictured here. And keep in mind, Catalina is biracial. She is white and Hispanic. Now some key factors about the abductor is that he has a tattoo of Cerna across his knuckles on his right hand. He also has a scar on his neck. If you will, please look at these photographs of both Catalina and her alleged abductor, Fabian, her father. If you have any information on their whereabouts or anything about this case that you would like to share, please contact nationally at 800-843-5678. Or you can contact the Henderson County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina at 828-697-4911. Let's work together on bringing Catalina home safely. Thank you for taking the opportunity and reviewing the information in Catalina's case. Hopefully we can work together here on The Missing and locating this little girl and bringing her home safely. Now the next case I'd like to bring to your attention is that of one of a missing family, with a focus on endangered missing boys as the center of this case. One of the little boys is Johnny McStay and his brother Joseph McStay Jr. They were last seen on February 4th of 2010, and they're possibly in the custody of their parents, Sumner McStay and Joseph McStay Sr., also pictured here. They just simply disappeared. No contact with friends, no contact with family, and no extended plans for vacation or to going anywhere that would take them away from their home. If you will, please look at the photographs of these two little boys and their parents. And if you have any information on their case or know of their whereabouts, please contact nationally at 800-843-5678, or you can contact the San Diego County Sheriff's Office in California at 858-565-5200. And they're missing out of Fallbrook, California. And as I said, this is a very unique case because the whole family has just simply disappeared. If you have any information, please contact the local authorities or contact nationally, and hopefully we can bring these children and their parents home safely. Well, everyone, that brings a close to another episode of The Missing. I want to say thank you so much for joining us and reviewing the cases that we presented to you. As I said, each and every case that we present to you here on The Missing is very important. With that in mind, I'd like to invite you to visit our website at www.themissing.tv. While there, you can review the cases in detail. You can look at the photographs of these children, and we'll also provide you with contact information in case you do know where these children are or know something that involves their case that you can share with authorities to help locate these children and bring them home safely. Now, in past episodes, I've dedicated certain shows to family and friends, supporters of our program, and to even children that we've represented here on our program. This episode, I'd like to dedicate it to a very special friend of mine. I would like to say thank you, and they know who they are. As always, keep your children educated, keep them protected, and continue to watch The Missing. I'm your host, Scott Davis. God bless.